FIFA changed 12 rules for the 2026 World Cup. Not proposals, not rumors. 12 rules already in effect right now. Here is every single one. Some of them are smart, some of them are strange. All of them are happening, whether you noticed or not. Rule 1, the 5-second countdown. If a player takes too long over a throw-in or a goal kick, the referee starts a visible countdown. 5 seconds, right there on the pitch for everyone to see. If the throw-in isn't taken in time, possession switches to the other team. If a goal kick is delayed, the opposition gets a corner. This isn't a brand new idea. Goalkeepers already had an 8-second rule for holding the ball. FIFA is just extending the same logic to throw-ins and goal kicks, where most of the time wasting actually happens. In theory, this speeds the game up. In practice, players will find new ways to waste time that don't involve restarts at all. Standing over the ball, arguing with the referee, anything that doesn't trigger the clock. Still, a 5-second countdown visible to 80,000 people in the stadium is a lot more pressure than a quiet word from the ref. Better than nothing. Rule 2. Substitutions now have a 10-second limit. Once the board goes up with your number on it, you have 10 seconds to leave the pitch. Miss that window, and the player coming on has to wait until the next stoppage, at least 1 minute, before they're allowed on. Your team plays a man down for that entire time. This is aimed squarely at the players who turn a substitution into a farewell tour in the 89th minute. You know the routine: tying a boot that wasn't untied, clutching a hamstring that wasn't hurt, suddenly needing to hug every teammate on the pitch. 10 seconds. That's the new rule. No exceptions. And this one's already been tested. It showed up in a World Cup warm-up match between Japan and Iceland before the tournament even started. Rule 3. Fake injuries just got more expensive. If a player receives treatment from the physio on the pitch, they now have to leave the field for 1 full minute, regardless of how serious the injury actually was. This is designed to kill one specific tactic: going down to force a stoppage, getting treated, and using that pause to reset the game's rhythm. Now there's a cost attached. Want the physio? You're off for 60 seconds, minimum. Your choice. Goalkeepers are exempt. Pulling a goalkeeper for a minute isn't realistic. So for them, the fake injury issue is mostly untouched. Everyone else just lost their favorite excuse to stop the game. 3 rules, 1 target: time. FIFA wants the ball moving and the clock running. Next up, VAR just got a lot more to do. Rule 4. VAR can now intervene for second yellow cards. Before this World Cup, VAR could only step in to check straight red cards. If a referee gave a player a second yellow, which automatically means a red, that decision was final, no matter how wrong it looked. Not anymore. Now VAR can review second yellows the same way it reviews straight reds. If the referee got it wrong, the card gets overturned. This sounds small, but it closes one of the most obvious gaps in the system. A player getting sent off for 2 soft yellows with no recourse has ended careers and tournaments. Now there's a safety net. Whether that net gets used consistently is a different question. Rule 5. VAR can now check for fouls committed before a corner kick is taken. This is the one referees actually asked for. If an attacker shoves a defender out of the way in the box before the ball is even in play, VAR can step in and reverse the corner, turning it into a free kick the other way. The catch: the review only happens if it can be done quickly without delaying the restart. Which sounds reasonable until you remember this is football. And quickly has never once meant the same thing to 2 different people. Expect this rule to be the source of at least one major argument before the group stage is over. Rule 6. VAR can now correct mistaken identity for both straight red cards and second yellows. If the referee books or sends off the wrong player because 2 players look similar, swapped shirts, or the ref just got it wrong, VAR can step in and fix it on the spot. The correct player gets the card. The wrong player gets their name back. This has happened before at major tournaments, a player walking off in tears for a foul he didn't commit, while the actual offender stays on the pitch. Now that mistake doesn't have to stand for 90 minutes. 3 rules, same direction. VAR's job description just got longer. More reviews, more reversals, more pauses, all in the name of getting it right. Whether right and quick can coexist is the real test of this World Cup. Next, the rules changing how referees themselves work, including one piece of technology that hasn't been talked about nearly enough. Rule 7. Referees can now wear body cameras, not their own. FIFA provides them and controls every second of footage, so you won't see referees running around with personal GoPros strapped to their chests like extreme sports influencers. The footage has 2 purposes. First, training. Future referees will be able to study real decisions from the exact angle the referee saw them, not from a broadcast camera 50 meters away. Second, fan experience. FIFA has said this footage could be shown to viewers as a new perspective on key moments, a referee's eye view of a penalty, a red card, a goal line scramble. This could be genuinely fascinating television. It could also be the first time millions of people see, in real time, exactly how little space and how little time a referee actually has to make a decision that gets argued about for a decade. Be careful what you wish for. Rule 8. This is the one almost nobody is talking about, and it might be the most important change on this entire list. FIFA has upgraded its semi-automated offside technology for 2026. Here's how it used to work. A player gets flagged offside. VAR pulls up the footage, manually draws lines across the pitch using player limbs as reference points, checks the moment the ball was played, and then, after sometimes a minute or more of silence, confirms or overturns the call. Every fan in the stadium just stands there, waiting. The new system removes most of that. The moment a player is offside by more than 10 centimeters, a clear, obvious case, the system sends an instant audio alert straight to the assistant referee's earpiece. No VAR booth, no manual lines, no extended pause. The flag goes up almost immediately. It also uses 3D avatars built from full body scans of every player at the tournament, tracking limb positions with far more precision than the old skeletal models. For marginal centimeter-level cases, VAR still reviews it properly. But the obvious ones, the ones that used to cause a 2-minute delay for a 1-meter offside, should now be resolved almost instantly. If this works as advertised, it could be the single biggest reduction in dead time across the whole tournament, bigger than the countdown rules, bigger than the substitution timer. And it's barely made a headline. Rule 9. The Dog's-O rule, denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, just got a long overdue update. Under the old rule, a defender fouls an attacker who's clean through on goal, red card, automatically. If the referee plays advantage and the attacking team still scores, the red card gets quietly downgraded to yellow, as a kind of compromise for the foul that happened. Under the new rule, if advantage is played and a goal is scored, there's no card at all. The reasoning is simple. The goal-scoring opportunity wasn't denied. It led directly to a goal. Some fouls will still earn a yellow on their own merits, but a goal from advantage now cancels the card entirely. It's a small logical change that removes one of those rules that always felt slightly unfair to whoever got the yellow for a foul that didn't actually stop anything. It makes sense. It took about 40 years, 3 rules, all pointing the same direction: better footage, faster decisions, and a card system that finally reflects what actually happened on the pitch. Last block, the rules aimed at players' conduct and the fans in the stands, including a ban that didn't even survive 1 week. Rule 10. If you cover your mouth during a confrontation, it's a red card. hand over mouth, arm over mouth, shirt pulled up over the mouth, during any kind of confrontation with another player, automatic red. The reasoning is direct. Players have been caught hiding discriminatory comments from lip readers and cameras, covering their mouths specifically so nobody could prove what was said. One high-profile incident, involving accusations of racist language directed at Vinicius Jr., accelerated this rule into existence. But here's the part that makes referees' lives harder. Covering your mouth while having a friendly chat with a former club teammate on the opposing team is completely fine. Same physical action, different context, completely different outcome. The referee has to read that situation correctly in real time, in a stadium full of noise and tension. Good luck. Rule 11. Every match at this World Cup has mandatory water breaks, around the 23rd minute of each half, roughly 3 minutes long. The official reason is heat. A huge number of matches are being played in the middle of summer across the United States, where temperatures on the pitch can be brutal. So now, each half effectively has a built-in pause in the middle. Some fans are already calling this 4 quarters instead of 2 halves. And football purists are not thrilled about that comparison. Managers, meanwhile, can use that window for tactical instructions, which means it doubles as a free mid-half timeout. Critics argue the real motivation is more room for broadcast advertising. FIFA says it's purely about player safety. Both things can be true at the same time. Rule 12, and this is the strangest one. FIFA initially banned fans from bringing reusable water bottles into stadiums entirely. In extreme summer heat in the United States, fans were told to buy water inside instead, from FIFA's official sponsor. The backlash was immediate and loud. Fan groups were furious about being told to pay for water during a heat wave for safety reasons that conveniently also benefited a sponsor. FIFA reversed the policy within days. Fans can now bring one small, sealed plastic bottle into the stadium. Reusable bottles, however, are still banned, officially for security reasons. So, they banned water in extreme heat, reversed it under pressure, and kept half the ban anyway. Make of that what you will. 12 rules. Some of them quietly fix things that have been broken for decades, like the DOGSO change and the offside technology. Some of them are going to cause genuine arguments, VAR's expanded role, the mouth covering rule, and at least one of them, FIFA couldn't even keep consistent for a full week. The game hasn't changed, the rules around it have. Whether that makes it better, ask us again in July. Subscribe if this saved you from reading 12 different articles. You're welcome.